SunTrust Park, it's your boy E. Clays, on location on a special interview with Sabrina Jenkins, Vice President of Special Events at SunTrust Park in the Atlanta Braves. And we're here today, and I want to start with you, Sabrina, and thank you for welcoming
Absolutely.
me to
Welcome.
this beautiful place.
Welcome. You welcomed me into your home
Absolutely.
the first time, so it's great to have you
Oh,
here.
it just feels good to be at SunTrust Park. Been here many times, but only one time in executive suite. We'll talk about that later. Vice President, tell us what that means to you and titles in general. What do they mean to you?
Well, titles in general mean absolutely nothing to me. It doesn't make me who I am.
Right.
I find that people associate with me differently since I've become vice president for special events with the Braves. It's really weird, and it kind of makes me uncomfortable. I've never been a title person. I treat everyone equally. So no matter what your title is, even within our organization, with our front office staff, whether you're an intern or whether you are our president, I think everyone should be treated equally. So,
But to keep going with that, knowing your story where you won the lottery, literally, to become a part of this great team and staff, to where you've gotten now, is it? The title doesn't mean anything, but your work stands out to get you
Thanks.
to this position, though.
it does. I work hard.
Right.
I've worked hard. I started my career as an intern with the Braves, and the lottery he's speaking of is my resume was plucked out of a stack of resumes. So, but yeah, it's just you put in the work, and you pray and hope that the work is recognized, and people appreciate what you do and what you bring to the table. And so with that, after 27 years, just elevating myself up the chain, I finally reached that VP level. So it's a good feeling.
Getting there, we talk about what that means not only to you, but for the people around
Yes.
you. Let's start with family.
Yeah.
How have they treated you since you've reached this level? Have
My
they,
family.
do they look at you and be like, that's cuz, that's sister,
Yes.
aunt, that's niece, or they still be like, it's a little different now at Thanksgiving, since Thanksgiving's around the corner. It's a little different now.
You know what? Not with my immediate family. I'm still just Sabrina to my immediate family. It's quite interesting how extended family may treat you or what they think. It's all a perception. To be honest with you, I'm still the same person I was at the core.
Right.
My values are still the same.
Right.
My morals are still the same. So they know that side of me. But they're very proud.
Wow.
And I stand on the shoulders of all the strong women in my family. That goes back to my great-grandmother and my grandmother and my mother. These women have instilled in me, strength and positivity and confidence and, self-esteem. And so with them, I am forever grateful. So it's wonderful to be able to. It's almost like I pay it forward for them, and so I'm just truly blessed. My faith in God is my foundation in all that I do, and without that, I'm absolutely nothing. And I've said that before, and I truly believe that, and God blesses me because of my due diligence and what I do for others, not only people in my family, but for strangers. So it works.
27 years ago, when you became an intern, what was the goal at that point?
At that point, my goal was to just work for a professional sports team. So, as I've said before, I sent my resume out across the country to all the sports teams that I thought that I wanted to work for my senior year in college. And it took a year, and the Braves called a month after the first World Series in 1991.
Mm.
After that October, I got a call in November to come interview.
Wow.
And I started the following February of 92. And I started in ticket sales. Paul Adams, who I am forever grateful, gave me that opportunity. And he's still here. And he's the senior vice president
Wow.
of ticket sales.
Think about that.
So, yeah.
Ticket sales, intern, all of that. When did you know, I'll say it, when this level was available or you could get to this level? Then when did you know that I'm working and
Yeah.
I'm seeing these,
Yeah.
I'm getting up this ladder and
I set goals.
you just set goals?
I set goals. Every year around the holidays at Christmas time, I sit down and I set my annual goals, just like I set goals for my department.
Mm-hmm.
Each year, I set personal goals
Mm.
every year.
Okay.
I never miss it every year.
Mm.
And so in setting those personal goals, it helps me to keep driving forward, moving forward. What's next? What's next? And lo and behold, you know, you look up and you've done really good work, and the company recognizes the good work, and you know, you just kind of work your way up, not even thinking about it. I'm not motivated by certain things. I'm motivated by what I can contribute and how I can help others to reach their goals. So as I'm reaching my goals, I'm making sure I'm always pouring back into others, and making sure that whatever goals that they set for themselves, that they're trying to achieve it along the way as well.
Doing that and knowing African American female of a sports franchise that's well recognized around the world, what does that do for young women or young African American women, or just women in general, when they see you and want to reach out to you?
I welcome them. I get people reaching out to me on Facebook and LinkedIn, and people writing letters, and just giving them my time. I'm never too busy. I try to answer every email, every Facebook message, LinkedIn message. If somebody's just kind of just wanting to know, how did I get to where I'm at? What did I have to do? A lot of girls coming out of college reach out to me, and I try to make myself available to each and every one of them.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, I'm cheating a little bit because you did tell me about a special letter that we're going to read a little bit, and about that. When you get things like that from people, does it make it all worth it sometimes?
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you can receive a letter from a complete stranger, and they tell you how you've influenced their life and how proud they are of you, and you have no idea who this person is. It was heartwarming this week to receive a letter like that.
And I can say, you know, having
Or a little note, actually. It was just on a little note card, and it was just so lovely.
That's awesome.
It was wonderful.
And I can say, you know, having two daughters, one is at Savannah State now and one is a freshman in high school, women like you make it easier for me.
Yeah.
So I can say, look, don't say that. I know people who are at high levels, not only in
you can reach it.
female, but in every walk of life, and you can do it.
You can.
Do you try to, because I know in your 27 years you met and ran across a lot of women. Do you see sometimes, we asked Ryan Cameron this one time about the people you've helped. Do you even keep count anymore?
I don't.
Because you just want to just continue to help.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm here to serve. So any way I can help someone, that's what I'm always doing. So I'm not keeping an account or a head count of the number of people.
Do you get surprised sometimes, or do you sometimes forget when people run up? You remember me when you?
Yeah, yeah. Because I meet so many people.
Right.
It's like, oh, you start trying to search in your mind who is this person? Where did I meet them
Right.
at? And as I get older, I'm not able to recall that as quickly. So, but yeah. But it is funny when you do make the connection. It's like, wow,
You're doing
it's
well, yeah.
me. Aha.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great. And then they start telling you about, you know, thank you and how I influenced them, and you know, just kind of gave them an avenue and someone that they could come back to and speak with as they're trying to progress in their career. You know, because to be honest, you know, 27 years ago, I didn't know anyone in the industry. You know, forget knowing the people who know me now.
Right.
I knew no one,
Right.
and so to be able to pour back into others, that's my blessing.
And speaking about knowing people in the industry, at this point now, do you feel like a trailblazer now? Do you feel like people can say, yeah, I did that for other people. I've lit the path.
Yeah.
I've created a path that others can follow now?
People call me that quite often. Once again, it's kind of like the title thing. It makes me uncomfortable. But I'm learning to embrace it more. You know, it is what it is.
Right.
You know, after all this time, and you know, I was the first Black African American female director with the Braves. So,
Right.
with that,
Wow.
like I said, it makes me uncomfortable, but it is what it is. So,
And the reason why people get to saying that, because there's so many people that think about the tradition of baseball and what people who can get in and who can get out.
Yeah.
They always like, oh, only certain can get there.
right.
Not only have you been there, but you excelled in it. So when you look at women in power in sports,
Oh yeah.
and you, like you said, when you first started, wasn't a lot of y'all, but now there seems to be
Oh
a
yeah.
big opening.
It
What
makes
does that
me
feel
happy.
like? Yeah.
It makes me so happy when I can walk around the Braves front office.
Mm.
Because, you know, over the past 10, 15 years or so, the Braves have really worked hard in regards to our workforce diversity.
Gotcha.
And I can absolutely rave about that because I walk around the office and I see all these young, beautiful minority women and men. And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because that means that they have an opportunity as well.
Right.
But something that they have that I didn't have was people they could go to and talk to each other who understand.
Right.
And so it makes me really happy.
So how do you balance that, though? I know a lot of people come at you. You know, people like me, like, hey, can I get this? Can I get that? But how do you balance it? Because you still have a job to do.
Yeah. You know what? I've learned how to say no, and it's okay to say no. Sometimes it's okay to say no to a certain meeting if I'm in the middle of a big project
Right.
and someone's trying to I just want 30 minutes of your
Yeah.
time. I'll give it to you, but it's going to have to wait a little bit.
Gotcha.
And so, that's how I have to balance it.
What's the biggest goal you've achieved, you feel like, in your career?
Wow. In my career, just being promoted to VP was, after I became a director, it took me over 10 years before I got promoted to VP. So, and I was working my behind off all that time,
Right.
So that was a nice goal to finally reach.
Okay.
Now what does the next 5 years look like for me? I'm starting to kind of figure that out. As I reach, this December 1st, I will go into my 28th year with the organization, 27 years full time. So what does the rest of my life look like? I'm not that old. So, what does my future hold? And I hope I'm doing something 10 years from now, once again, still helping. Maybe consulting and helping others to kind of find their way. So
I don't like to say failures because to get certain levels, I call them lessons. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in this process?
Wow, that's a tough one. I think for me, when I feel that I didn't accomplish something, whether it's within a certain project, whether it's with a certain person, I've seen a lot of people come and go out of this organization. And it's, for me, I get really frustrated when there is a minority that comes into the organization, and I want to kind of help them maneuver their way up through the culture and how you should be conducting yourself, and they don't really take to what I'm saying, and then 2-3 years later they're gone and not
Gotcha.
on their own,
Yeah.
I feel like I failed them in a way, but at the same time, I know I can't take that on
Right.
because someone didn't listen.
Right.
But it still hurts because, I've seen some really good people exit the organization over the years, and that's a tough one.
Yeah, I can see that people don't like to listen sometimes. They want to try to do it their way
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And I can see how that can be frustrating.
It is. It's very frustrating, and the young people that are now coming into the organization, and I love millennials. I do. I love you guys. But a lot of times the millennials know a lot, and they think they know a lot more than you do,
Yes.
and that gets really frustrating.
Yeah.
It
Been
gets
here a while,
really-
yo. Been here a while.
So, but yeah.
A couple more questions. I want to ask you, how do you maintain patience? You said it was a 10-year between director and VP.
Yeah.
That was a goal. You knew it was a goal. But how do you maintain patience in reaching your goals? Because a lot of people, if it ain't 2 years, I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm done.
Yeah. You know what? Patience is a virtue. And it's a virtue that I've learned over the years. But while you're patiently waiting for something else to happen, you're also moving. And you're also, for me, is diversifying your skills. Yes, my title is VP of Special Events. However, I am involved in a lot more within the organization. I head up our supplier diversity, which is really something I'm very passionate about. I'm all about trying to help minority and women get their foot in the door to at least talk to a person in a certain area of our business that they may have a product or service. I'm all about that. I'm all about mentoring. So really just kind of diversifying my skill set. Another passion I have are the concerts. I love producing concerts.
I'll do some great ones too.
It's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy.
Did you do the big bowl?
Now, I do all of our non-game day concerts.
Okay.
So I did the Billy Joel, the Metallica, Jason Aldean, and I like country music, but country music is probably one of our successful concerts that we do. It's a lot of fun, and they put on great shows.
Okay. So I've heard about that.
So the
Aldean one was
yeah, and it was hectic. It was our first time that we had inclement weather, and we had to evacuate the field. 9,000 people on field within 15 minutes, and we did it. It ran smooth.
Really?
It was great. An hour later, everybody came back, and the concert continued.
Oh, wow.
It was wonderful.
That's awesome.
So that was a first in my entire career of all the concerts that I've done, and I've done the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, because all of them are outside, so that's interesting.
That's correct.
That is
So
interesting.
it's all, and leading up to, I guess that was the Zach Brown concert we had. It poured. It rained every bill day. And, but, to pull it off and to see it, that's what I love about events.
That's awesome.
That's what I love. It makes me really excited. So the love of what I do, that's where I find my passion, and I love it.
Well, that brings up another question. When you find adversity like that, does that get you going and
It does.
It pushes you more? Or?
It does. It does. To overcome adversity, that's what, and it makes you better the next time.
You get your equipment weather, people like, oh my God, it's over. But you like, let's get him out.
It's part of it. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
It's all a part of. It's all a part of. Having a venue like this. We're not like the other venues around the city. We roll the dice.
Wow.
When you're putting on, we've got a football game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Our first ever football game.
That's awesome.
So we're really excited about that. And luckily, the rain moved out.
Y'all have to know, man. It was raining all week.
All week.
All week.
So we're ready.
Last question. When you finally set it down and you're doing other things, what would you like for the story of Sabrina Jenkins to be about?
That she worked really hard that she cares about people, and she cares about their careers if in sports is something that they want to do.
And there it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm telling y'all, inspiration right here. From lottery to VP. Not to You see Manuel Clays at SunTrust Park. Thank you so much, Sabrina Jenkins.
Thank you.
Vice
you for
President
having me. I appreciate
of Special Events. Part 1, man. We got many more coming.
it. Yay.
Women will learn today.
Hey, we're ruling the world.
They do.
Girls,
told
girls.
y'all. Beyonce
We
told
rule
y'all.
the world.